Morning, everybody. This is Tracey Barrett and Ingrid Barrett.
Good morning.
Ingrid was just telling us all about Clifton Days. How was it? Was there a good turnout?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it's not I don't think they had as many vendors as they used to have.
Okay.
But it was good.
Good.
I didn't buy anything, but it was good.
Supporting your local businesses.
Well, it's all the stuff you keep saying, get rid of.
I do. So I'm a really big fan of downsizing. I have to say, I mean, this whole business of real estate and watching people unearth 40 years of possessions has, not that, I mean, I've got a lot of crap, but
yeah, you do.
I do have a lot of crap. So
but
that
you've got
said,
two young kids.
I've got two young kids and they're gone. It's going to be like, come and get your stuff. It's out on the curb. Bye. So anyhow, but yeah, pare it down. Anyhow, so we have a good week ahead of us. We're going to keep it kind of brief. We had a really good week, actually, this week so far. This is going to be a really humongous month for our team. Our clients all got busy in the end of September and really started ratifying contracts. We had a couple closings last week. You and I had two.
Like everybody had this week.
Yeah, and then we had another three, Lynn had another three last week. She's at a closing right now. We've got three more next week. And then 4 more next week with just you and me. And then I know that Lynn also has a bunch more. So fall has arrived, folks, and it's here and it's doing well. And Focus on Nova's been busy, and we're looking forward to some downtime. So we'll see.
And Christmas and Thanksgiving, they're right around the corner.
And there it is.
Which is scary.
It is scary.
I don't even want to think about it.
It is scary, but it's okay. We'll be all right. Thanksgiving this year is going to be fun because sister's moving in across the street. So we've already heard from Cousin Jeannie and Aunt Judy and Uncle Butch, and they're all coming.
Oh, great.
We're trying to get Cousin Mary Lyde to come too from Nebraska, and then everybody can just camp out at the houses and walk back and forth. Could be great. Could also be a show.
I live 8 miles away.
And you live 8 miles away, can go to your home. All right, so bye. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, so let's get into some of the news that's out there. I was perusing Northern Virginia Magazine and saw a couple things. For those of you who are mid-century modern furniture fans, say that 3 times fast. The mid-century furniture fans. The staple of Alexandria City, Acme Mid-Century Modern in Alexandria is shutting its physical doors. No more shopping in Old Town for that. They are not going away, though. They are going to have an online presence in order to service their clients. So be on the lookout for that because that is indeed happening. Then kind of cool, and I didn't realize this was a thing, and I'm going to slaughter it, Crust Pizzeria Neapolitan, but it's not. It's Neapolitan.
Glad you're saying it.
Neapolitania in Vienna. It's a wood-fired pizza
Where are they in Vienna?
Good question. I'm not sure.
Are they on Maple Avenue or are they on Church Street?
I think they might be Church Street, actually. But yeah, the guy went to Italy, fell in love with the style of pizza. Took him a while, but in 2015 opened his restaurant. What's really cool is he's opening his second restaurant, so clearly successful and doing well and survived COVID, all that jazz.
I took a cooking class in Tuscany, and we made pizza in a 2,000-year-old oven or something.
Was it delicious, or did it taste 2,000 years old?
No, I don't remember.
We need to go back.
It was in 2011.
It was?
I mean, not 2000.
2001, 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was during 9/11.
I remember you almost didn't make it back.
I know. There I am.
But here she is. We tried to get rid of her, folks. Just kidding.
No, but I don't remember if it tasted special or whatever.
But it's a thing.
Yeah.
It is definitely a thing. Well, he is expanding and putting in his newest restaurant in Old Town Herndon, which is great because that is just absolutely reviving and becoming an absolute hub for people. And what's super cool is that you can't call it that unless you have your certificate from that region for that type of pizza. And so that's on its way. As soon as he gets it, they'll be opening it up.
It would be in the Tuscany area.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You have homework. I would like a full report, 5 paragraphs on wood-fired crust pizzeria.
Well, it's this old stove, this old thing outside.
A clay oven. I feel like Chow Pizzeria and Dolce Vita do a really good job in the Fairfax Centerville area regarding the pizzas. They're delicious.
See, I've never been a big fan of pizza. I
Yeah,
can
that's why you're skinny and healthy, and
No,
I'm gonna survive a round of the flu.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the business of what happened this week on Focus on Nova. We had a bunch of closings and we've got a bunch more happening, but let's get on to what's happened on social media and the Focus on Nova hot and fresh news. This week on What You Get For, Sharon Ayers did a fantastic job with the What You Get For. She and Lynn had clients that bought this beautiful, believe it or not, that is a townhouse that you're looking at right there, for $620,000 in Woodbridge. It's over 3,000 square feet, and she breaks down the series in general, breaks down the down payments at 5%, 10%, and 20%, and just what it would take and what your mortgage payments would look like at different price points. Then you can look at the different price points across the region and see how much house you can get for that. So stay tuned for more on that, but check that one out later.
Like almost 3,900 square feet.
Yeah, it was massive. It was a single family home that just happens to be attached. That's all. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Lynn, doing what Lynn does best, is her development update for Ashburn. As you know, Loudoun County just continues to develop and develop and develop, and there's a lot on the horizon. So check out this article. It's on Hot and Fresh News under the Development tab, so by all means, check it out or go to our social media feed, scroll down. Short article, very bullet point, succinct, easy to read, but you can see everything that's happening in the Ashburn area. Maura took time again to break down the fall festivals in the area. They are about midway through their
because Fairfax
things.
City had theirs on Saturday, Clifton on Sunday.
Yep, it was a busy
Occoquan
weekend.
had theirs about a week ago or something.
Right, so you might be able to be on the tail end of what's left of some of the fall festivals, but definitely check that out and mark your calendars because time is ticking. We're almost at the end. We're halfway through October, and the fall festivals come to an end, and they are such a good time.
Well, next is the Christmas ones.
I know, but let's get through
I'm
Thanksgiving
going to
first.
Philadelphia to the Christmas market.
Are you really?
Yes.
When are you going to Philadelphia? With whom?
December 7th through the 9th.
Okay.
We're doing the DuPont Mansion
Oh, fun.
and the Christmas market in Philly.
Who are you doing that with?
It's an old people's group.
Hundreds Old People Group is going
We
to do
take
Christmas
a bus
markets.
and we go, and it's
That's super
easy.
fun. Through church?
No, through Woodlands.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I remember last year when, or not last
2 years
year,
ago.
a couple of years ago
Yeah.
when we did the one to Asheville.
I do.
In the Biltmore.
So you're doing that one again?
We're doing that, except this time it's.
And that's with Betty?
I don't know if Betty's going,
Okay.
but Marie and I and Carolyn, the three of us are going.
Awesome. So that sounds like a great trip.
Yeah.
Good for you. Excellent. All right, closing date and getting the keys. Super important that you understand what happens on your closing date and when your keys turn over. This series, the Top 3 Takeaway Real Estate Series, is wonderful. If you go to our YouTube channel and check it out, you can see all of the what goes into buying a house, selling a house, tips and tricks, the whole nine. They're all short videos, usually no more than 2 to 3 minutes, and just kind of cheat sheets for doing what you do. Looking at next week, we've been working hard to make sure that we're giving you good content left and right. Maura Stevens, oh boy, 2021, what a year. We have appreciated 16% over 2020. Who would have ever thought that in a pandemic that this would have happened?
Some areas more, some areas less.
Yeah,
It's a
but
little
still
bit,
everybody's,
overall,
it's been
it's
been robust. So she's going to look at the stats going back for September, kind of give a little rundown of what's happening there, how things are kind of balancing out a little bit. We're seeing less traffic, less offers, but they're still strong. Buyers are able to do home inspection, appraisals are standing. So there's lots to go into this market update if you just like to follow and see what's happening, even if you're not in the market to sell or purchase. It's interesting, be informed and know what's going on in the area. We're going to take a look at this, what you get for. This was a cool success story. Yeah, I mean, it really was. So our clients, how did he get to us? Oh, so my friend over at Restoration One, George Shorts, he referred me to these clients. They had a rental property that had some mildew in the garage, and George does mitigation, water mildew. So he called us because he was going to sell the house last year in 2020. So we sell the house. His family transfers smack in the middle of everything shutting down. It was awful. We had to cancel a lease. He had to get his deposit back. But then the government gave him a special exception to come along. Long story short, he rents a property. Out of nowhere, calls us back a year later, says, we're out. We don't want to be in this rental anymore. And they turned around and found this. We looked at, you took them to what, 4 or 5 properties tops? Yeah, less than 10 properties, one weekend. This one came up on the market out in Fairfax. Beautiful property, original owner, acre lot. It has this gorgeous colonial front porch, curb appeal property on it.
In very good condition.
Right, it was just truly loved. The owners owned a landscaping company, so in the back was this beautiful yard, gardens, even a greenhouse. There was a detached,
huge detached garage.
Massive detached garage. The guy, again, would use that for workshops and car parking. They're converting it to a gym now that they're in. And then in the way back was even more storage for lawn equipment, weights, whatever you wanted to do. But huge property, acre lot, beautifully landscaped. We got into multiple offers with just one other offer at that point. This was at the high time of the market. And they ended up winning out at $906,600. A VA loan, had a home inspection, the whole nine. So take a look at this, what you get for.
It's in good condition.
Yeah, it's a good condition property. Take a look at this, what you get for, so that you can see what happens in Fairfax for just shy of $1 million. We also are going to be talking to you about the key roles in a transaction. So I think when people aren't or haven't done real estate in a while, they don't really understand all the parties. You think about the realtor, you think about the buyer, you think about the seller. But then there are key people that are involved with what's going on. The lender, your big three when you're a buyer is going to be your real estate agent, yourself, and your lender. If you don't have those things in order and everybody talking, you're going to have a disaster of a situation on your hands, right?
Yeah, well, it still amazes me that the people, the agents that go out without getting their people pre-qualified.
I know. Why? Like, so what is the significance of that?
Because if they find something, they can't do anything until they get pre-approved.
Right.
Because if going in without a pre-approval, without having done anything, number one, they don't really know if they can afford it.
Right. So none of the documents have been verified. You don't know if you can do anything. Right. So you've got to make sure that you're with the lender. This is important because it's going to give you the real estate agent's role, the lender's role, the title company's role. And I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have a reliable title company. This week alone, we have wonderful clients that are first-time home buyers and they're buying a new place. They ratified on Monday. HOA docs were delivered, and in the HOA docs, it refers to a master association. And the master association is supposed to give you a resale package, and we didn't have that. And it references it, and it's on page 525 of the deed for the subdivision of the property, which, great. So what do we do? We call Lisa Mitchell over at Echo Title. She says, hold on a minute, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, goes right into the database, says, here it is, sends off 3 little emails, boom, boom, boom. We're looking at the deed, we sees what's there. We see what is there, it clarifies the question, and we're able to get it out to our client within the 3-day kill switch. This is the only time that the buyer is going to be able to void this contract for any reason. And they're signing up to agree to live under these rules, but these rules weren't presented to our clients without having to dig research. And the only way we were going to get that is by using a reputable title company.
And the other thing is they were first-time buyers. We looked at 5 houses and they made a decision.
Boom! I mean, it was
personally,
amazing.
I think they made a good decision.
Yeah.
Because it was the nicest product that we saw for what you were paying.
For what you were paying for. Yeah, it's a great place. So anyway, this is important. Know who you're dealing with in a transaction and make sure whoever your team is that you're working with has lots of good tried and true resources to help you get through your transaction regardless of what side of the table you're on, buying or selling. Okay. I'd love to say that we have a lot of events happening this weekend, like open houses and things, but we're sold out. So if you need to sell this year, give us a call. We'll be happy to come out, get it done. It's still time to close this year. It's only October 15th, which means that we have 2.5 months if you are in a jam to get you out before the close of business in December. We can still do that. There's plenty of time.
And you
left.
might not even have to put up a Christmas tree.
Boom. So let's save you some effort if you need to list. Otherwise, now is the time to get our team out to your house to get you prepped for next year. Purchasers, now is a great time to purchase as well because folks putting their houses on the market generally have to, and they're motivated,
yeah,
and
they're
everybody's serious. So pay attention to that. The other event, mark your calendar, we'll have more about this later, is that we are going to be participating in the Bunnyman Brewing Trunk or Treat on Halloween Sunday. So from 12 to 3 on Halloween Sunday, Lynn's got it all. Shockingly, Lynn's got it all
in her
head. And it's going to be great.
And ready to lay it out.
Right. We're going to go a little extreme on this. We're going to go pop tent, black sheathing, haunted house through the tent. It's going to be a whole trunk or treat thing. So mark your calendar at Bunnyman Brewing. They're doing a trunk or treat for the neighbors and the littles out there from 12 to 3 on October 31st.
Next week?
Next Sunday, yeah. 2 Sundays.
Well, the 19th, okay.
Yeah, 2 Sundays.
All right.
We have time. All right, things to do this weekend. I'm psyched about this. So the movie theaters are getting back on board again on getting the public out there. Josh, child, is a total sucker for the horror film genre. Like, he loves a scary movie. So I was telling him, Mosaic is doing Hitchcocktober, and if you go to the Angelic Film Center for the standard movie price of $16, on different dates, they are doing all of the Hitchcock series suspense movies to include, North by Northwest, Psycho, among others. So check that out at Angelica. That's happening this weekend, next weekend, etc. Also, the Alamo Draft House out in Loudoun, Sterling area, that is also doing a similar. Ooh, there's a giant bug.
Oh, that's
get it.
Okay.
Get it.
No, it's just a cricket.
It's not a cricket. It's one of those
spider
crickets.
It is a spider cricket.
It's gross, and it's jumping everywhere, and you're crawling under the table. Well, Ingrid will be right back. The news must go on. Oh, my God. Oh, God, it's over here now. Jesus, it's going to jump on her. Oh, God, she got it. Okay, it's good. It's dead.
Well, you'd be surprised. They're very resilient.
Oh, my God, that's very good. They're resilient. Yeah, after you crushed it 85 times. Oh, my God. Anyhow, that went sideways. Alamo Draft House also doing the same thing. Multiple dates. Check it out online. But they're doing The Exorcist, The Craft, Little Shop of Horrors, Possession, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Birds, Phantasma, Labyrinth, and the original Halloween. And they're running it all the way into November, where they're going to continue with Scream and the 1954 version of Gojira. So plenty to do between festivals and movies. Ingrid, thank you for saving my life.
Yeah, and if all these other things fail, come over and you'll get some spider crickets. And
Ingrid's going into pest control now. All right, on that note, I'm going to make a clip of that fiasco.
Well, talking about pest control, I just read on MSN there was in California, in Santa Rosa, a guy that called and said, I've got snakes under my house. Can you come and deal with them? They ended up being a specific type of rattlesnake.
Good gosh.
And to make a long story short, by the end, he took out 91. And he has to continue going back to make sure that there aren't any more.
Oh, I'd have to blow my house up.
There were 91
poisonous rattlesnakes under his house.
Yes.
Nope.
It was a den.
Yeah, my pest control would be like Agent Orange. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, on that note, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. All right, let me turn off Instagram and actually